It is a well-established principle that passages in the Bible never simply appear randomly. Even though subjects appear to be placed next to each other without any rhyme or reason, it's axiomatic according to our sages that there's a profound connection that exists between the two subjects. One noteworthy example of this occurs in the book of Exodus. After defining the materials from which the altar has to be constructed and the way man ascends to that altar, the Torah launches into a lengthy description of all kinds of civil laws, including man's interrelationship with a fellow man, as well as his obligation to engage in honest business dealings. What is the connection between the rarefied and sacred realm of the altar on the one hand and the apparently mundane realm of man's business dealings on the other hand? Man has always found it extremely easy to compartmentalize his life and to draw neat distinctions between the realm of the sacred and the realm of the mundane. But in fact, the Torah rejects any such distinctions. Though he may attend synagogue faithfully and contribute generously to charity, man finds no contradiction in dealing dishonestly in business. There are many reasons why people behave this way. Foremost among these is the claim that everyone does it. After all, surely no individual should be expected to adhere to a higher ethical standard than his competitors do. To do so would appear to be, at best, antiquated, and at worst, plain stupid. Commerce is a jungle, says man, and all who enter assume the risk they will be defrauded. The Torah flatly rejects this distinction, and furthermore flatly rejects the idea that man can distinguish between his relationship vis-a-vis God and his relationship vis-a-vis man. Accurate weights and measures, dealing honestly with clients, and paying one's taxes properly are as significant as the sacrificial service, prayer, and charitable donations. Moreover, the assumption that one can excel in one and thereby excuse the failure to excel in the other is absolutely unfounded in Jewish tradition. When one deals dishonestly in business, he creates problems of theological proportions. There are two reasons for this. The first is that whenever a person deals dishonestly in business, he's essentially suggesting that God is a poor allocator of resources. Is a person really consider it rational that God would actually reward him and allow him to achieve benefit as a result of flouting his will? When I practiced law in a large law firm, I noticed that people would routinely overbill. When I asked them how they justified this practice, they essentially felt that because the clients were so wealthy, they would never notice the difference. I tried to explain to them that stealing from wealthy people is no less egregious than stealing from poor people. But generally speaking, the argument was regarded as a bit quaint. The Torah tells us that when man dies, he ascends to the heavenly tribunal where he's asked three questions. One is, did you observe Torah study? The second is, did you anticipate the redemption? And finally, man is asked, did you deal honestly in business? So we see from here how significant and how vital a role honest business dealings play in the Jewish lexicon.